time. This is the best day of my life. I'm like, this is awesome. I can't believe I'm doing this, you know?
Yeah.
And there's just been so many moments like that. And I made the right choice.
You did.
Welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today is episode, 151 of the brand new and back Coffee and Comics Show. As always, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I mean, 151. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Can't believe it's actually happening now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's been about 4 months.
4 months.
Obviously, a lot has gone on. And you know what? I'm back in Oregon for a couple weeks. Got a convention up in Washington here coming up. And we might be able to pull off one more of these if we're lucky. I don't know for sure. But if we do, great. If not, you know what? We'll have something to look forward to next time I come back around.
Absolutely. This feels like forever, but then it just feels like yesterday, too.
It does. So hopefully it goes well. We're a little rusty doing this.
Maybe, yeah.
But you guys have all been waiting for this for a long time. So I am very excited to be back. We got a makeshift coffee and comic set. Something I just put together with what we had laying around. Wanted to make it look good for you guys. And hopefully it does. It might sound a little weird because of the echo in here, but you know what? We're doing our best for it.
But it looks good, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. The spinner rack's in attention, so that's good.
For sure.
There you go. We always start off with the coffee we're drinking, and not always the coffee is brought to you by none other than Mocha Express, the official coffee shop of Comics with Bueller, and let's just say everything comics. You don't go to that place anymore.
I do too.
Anyway, I'm having a caramel frap, and it's got a little bit of whipped cream on top.
Whipped cream.
And it's so good. God, I've been there every day. Multiple times a day I've been there since I've been back.
It's good to be back home, isn't it?
It's one of the things I miss the most.
Yeah.
It's one of the... really, the rest of the country, you guys make crap coffee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Except for Comics on Coffee. They make good coffee.
It's funny the rest of the country doesn't have the coffee culture that we do out here.
It is a little bit different. So
Weird.
They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking my same thing I always drink. I'm having a cold brew with some sugar-free vanilla sweetener.
There you go.
Maher, thank you very much. It's awesome.
Awesome, man. And that guy, Maher, he's the owner of Mocha Express. He works 8 days a week.
He does.
24/7, and he takes care of us. So thank you, sir. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Comics with Bueller from pretty much day one. And you know what? I always enjoy his coffee. Like I said, I miss it the most. And the family.
Of course.
But the coffee. Hi, Mom. Anyway, it's going to be a fun show. We're going to do a traditional coffee show. So let's go ahead and do a rundown of what we have on the show today. Okay, we have our announcements and thank yous. We normally do that before. We'll do our first 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. Everyone loves our first 5. We have our topic today brought to you by Blackbox Comics, and our topic is: has Whatnot, the selling app, had a good or bad effect on the comic book market? Positive or negative? We wanted to hear from you. We got some great responses. As you guys know, I'm sponsored by Whatnot, but that does not change my opinion, and I don't have a problem sharing it. You guys know that. So should be a good topic to talk about. And a lot's happened over the last 4 months that we haven't had opportunity to talk about stuff like this. So it's kind of nice to jump in and talk about something so fresh and new that we've never talked about before.
Absolutely.
We have our final 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. And then we have Robbie's Pick of the Week. Robbie is coming back. He's making a special little video for us. So we get that. That's probably a Rom V book.
He's my favorite hippie anyway.
And then we'll have our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. And we have a very special announcement for Comics on Coffee, and we'll tell you that during the Was It Good segment. It's pretty cool. If you like comic books and coffee, and if you like, I don't know if I can say, if you like the big two, does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I might be talking about Coke and Pepsi, or
Coke
maybe
and
something
Pepsi,
else.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe something
Tango
else.
and Cash. I think maybe.
Something like that.
There
So it's pretty cool. So anyway, we'll get to that when we get to the Was It Good segment.
Sounds good.
And then we'll have our random thoughts. We're going to talk about the current movies that are going on, the TV shows, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Doctor Strange, that's come out since then. Jurassic Park, I'm curious to see if you're interested in seeing that. And some of the other stuff going on as well. We have a new segment called How You Doing?
How you doing?
And it's a brand new segment brought to you by Whatnot, and also brought to you by all the fathers, because this week is Father's Day on Sunday the 19th. So we're doing a How You Doing?
How you doing?
Segment. And pretty much it's just me and Bob and you guys catching up with what's been going on in the past, the present, and what's going to go on in the future. Because we want to touch base, and we really haven't had a chance to do so. So we're going to do it during the show. And then after that, we'll kind of wrap it all up. So, sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. Forget about it.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
We're doing good.
Let's do this.
This is pretty cool to do this. Okay, let's do some announcements and some thank yous. First off, I want to say thank you to our Patreon members. If you want to join our Patreon, it's the price of one comic book a month. If you think I'm worth one comic book a month, if you think Bob is worth one comic book a month, feel free to join our Patreon. I just got to let you guys know it really does help out on the journey I'm on right now with gas prices and staying places and all that stuff. So thank you so much to all the Patreon members, past and present. Whether you've helped out in the past and don't anymore, thank you so much. If you're new to the Patreon, thank you as well. Okay, I want to get to some really cool news. And I haven't done an exclusive for a while. And the last exclusive I did was last November, was the Red Sony.
It's been that long?
It's been that long.
Wow.
So, and I told people I didn't want to do a lot of them. I didn't want to do like one a month or something like that. So, I am announcing my schedule for exclusives for the rest of the year. Woo. And finally, I got something to show you guys, and I'm pretty excited. So, I'm going to show you a picture on the screen here, and I finally get to do my first exclusive with Blackbox Comics. This is something I've been wanting to do. This is Ninja Gaiden #1. Brought to you by Nate Johnson. You can see the image right there. Bob has seen it for a while.
Love it.
This thing looks really cool. Here is the deal. I kind of alluded to this, and I said that we were going to have a shiny cover. There is an issue with the shiny paper right now, and it might not happen. There's a slim chance it does, but it is looking like the shiny cover might have to wait till the next one.
Yeah.
If we do get it, great. It'd be really cool because this one looks really awesome. It would look really cool with the shiny foil that the Blackbox does. But if not, we'll wait till the next one.
But that shiny cover for Bueller is imminent.
It's
going to happen.
Deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But the regular ones are going to come out. And so those are being brought to you by, like I said, Blackbox Comics, and Whatnot is helping out. And pretty much, I'll just say it, they're flipping the bill.
Wow.
They're taking care of everything. And they said they're going to give me the books. I think it's like 300 to 400 print run. They said all the proceeds from the books go towards the Bueller bus.
Wow.
And everything. All the proceeds.
Man, those guys are great.
Yeah. So thank you, Whatnot, for doing that, and putting this together for me and putting it together with Blackbox. Because like I said, I've been wanting to do something with them for a while. And this helps out Blackbox as well.
Wow.
So very cool. So anyway, this book, I believe, comes out in July. So we're not too far away. When I get them, I'll tell you right now, man, I'm selling them for cheap. I don't care. It didn't cost me nothing. You know me. I don't care. And if I run into you, I'm just going to give it to you.
There you go.
So there you go. So that's how we go. So we'll figure it out as we go. And like I said, if we are able to do the shiny covers, small chance but not looking good. But if we do, awesome. I guess they're like $20 a piece to make right now.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. So anyway. So there's that one right there. Ninja Gaiden #1, the new Blackbox book. And there is some stuff going on with Blackbox behind the scenes in the world of entertainment, maybe. I don't know. I probably can't even say that. But I'm just telling you guys that I know things that maybe some people don't. And this might be a book you might want to pick up in general. Just the regular one as well at your shop. So go put in an order for it through Diamond or whatnot. Tell your shop to order Ninja Gaiden #1, the regular cover. You might not be disappointed. I have another exclusive probably coming out in October. I can't show it yet, and I can't tell you what it is yet. It's been really under wraps for quite a while. I know what it looks like. It's pretty amazing. It's an homage to one of the most famous covers ever, if not the most famous cover ever, or most famous book ever. And it looks pretty damn cool. You've seen it.
I have seen it.
So I'm looking forward.
Amazing.
Looking forward to having that one out. And I do make a cover appearance on that one as well. And I didn't realize I was on the cover, but yes, I'm on the cover on that one as well. So that's pretty cool. And then, so that one's in October. And then I have another one coming out probably either the end of this year or the first of next year. I don't have a date specific for it, but it's another Blackbox book that I've been working on. And it's a book that I have personal hands-on with this book. I actually connected the writer of this book with Blackbox, put them together, put them in a room, said work something out. They came up with a book, and it's coming. They're already 5 or 6 issues done. And they haven't announced it yet, but it looks amazing. And so I'm pretty sure I get a little credit in there.
Nice.
For Comics with Bueller. So, and I think I have a credit in the Ninja Gaiden ones as well. I think I'm in
like
there.
Executive producer or something?
Special promotion provided by Comics with Bueller in all of them. So
nice.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
So some really cool announcements. And one more thing for Blackbox. When we get to the topic today, we're going to do a Blackbox giveaway. We have a little care package from them that we're going to put together and do a little giveaway for you guys. And t-shirt, some books, some pens, all sorts of good stuff.
Free stuff.
So there you go. You know what? That's our announcements. Let's go ahead and get to, you know what? Our first five.
First five.
Brought to you by Bird City Comics. Go to birdcitycomics.com, enter the code Bueller. You save 10%. If you want to take that one down right there, that's yours, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a samurai
action.
That is awesome.
That's your copy. I got that for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're awesome, bro.
I try to do my best. And if you want to share your first five there.
Absolutely. I have not been buying a lot of new comics lately. I did find some great deals, and they've been showing up in the mail, and so this is one of those deals. I got a bunch of copies of Storm Riders that I didn't have.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Chinese. It's a kung fu comic.
Yeah.
By Wing Ching Ma. And,
Wing Ching Ma.
I've got I got all these for like $1.50. That's a steal.
They look pretty
cool.
So
here's issue number 379.
See if you can get it on the stand right there.
There we go.
Oh, so far so good.
So far so good.
There's one.
This is issue 381, and I just love these covers.
There's two.
They're amazing.
Not bad.
And then now this is issue 380.
These are magazine size.
They are magazine size.
Are they color inside?
They're color inside.
Oh, cool.
And they're painted just like this inside.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is issue 378.
These are pretty awesome looking.
They are.
Look at that.
And then last but not least, issue number 372. And there you go, my first five, some Storm Riders.
Nice. Look at that. That's awesome, man. And we got a special camera for our books.
Oh.
Because we're going all out right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're doing our best.
Look at this. Look at this. It's like the old days.
Just like the old days. Take me all day tomorrow to edit it and all day the next day to upload it.
There we go.
So there you go. There's your first five, my friend.
Awesome stuff.
Very cool. I got mine right here. Mm-hmm. And my first five, I actually went to a Quinn & Corner in Oregon City.
Nice.
Yesterday. Just I haven't been there for a while to pick up see what they got. And I found some Spawns and just some other random stuff. So I'll show you these five. So Spawn at number 32.
Any Spawn between 1 and 150 is gold.
That's right.
The covers are amazing.
$5. Here's 33. Newsstand.
Look at that.
Newsstand right there. Number 33. That was $5. Here is number 31, also a newsstand.
Got the Redeemer.
$5 right there. I picked up the Star Wars book. I just thought the cover was cool. This is Dark Horse Star Wars number 18. Just a couple bucks.
Very cool.
And last one is Nick Fury and his Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 2, and it says Steranko on there.
That's a Steranko cover.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty awesome to pick up a Steranko cover. It was like $3 or $4, so I didn't care. But
you got that for $3 or $4?
Yeah.
Steal.
Yeah, they didn't have anything in the dollar bin boxes. Mm-hmm. Normally they do, but they were pretty lean. But they did have some stuff in their regular boxes, and they actually had a nice little X-Men run. I just don't know what I'm looking for, so
nice.
Let's pick up these, and I was pretty happy with those. So,
very
but
cool.
I have noticed that they're low.
Are they?
People have been there,
going
through some stuff. So
yeah,
it was a time when they had a lot more, but people were finding out about them. So damn it.
Great first five, my friend.
There you go. So that's our first five, brought to you by Bird City Comics. Like I said before, go to their website, enter the code Bueller, save 10% on all your exclusives. They got back issues now. I think they got clothes. They got groceries. You can buy gallons of gas there. Maybe not that.
Maybe
but
not.
It's coming. It's coming.
You never know, man.
No, there you go. Okay, let's see here. Let's rotate on to our next segment here. I got that. And we're rolling right along, I think. Okay. Oh, here we are. We're moving on to our topic.
All right.
And our topic is brought to you by Blackbox Comics. You can go to their website, blackboxcomics.net. Enter the code Bueller. You save 10%. Or Bueller 10. Bueller 10 on that one. Save 10%. And our topic is, has Whatnot affected the market or the comic book market in a positive or negative way? Like I said before, I'm sponsored by them. I do have an opinion on them on personal level and a professional level. And I will share that with this. And I've done some auctions on there, so I have a little bit of experience. but I've only done one auction, so I'm not tremendously experienced in it. But we got some great comments here. And Bob, you are up first.
Sure thing. All right, so the first comment comes from our good friend David Posner. He says, can't wait to see you and Bob together again. Thanks, buddy. He says, so far, Whatnot has been a positive experience for me. It seems to be a good outlet for sellers to sell large quantity of books quickly. The shipping and payment formats are simple and seem to be stress-free for the seller, and I've gotten some pretty good deals there. Mostly on books I wasn't necessarily looking for, but good deals anyway.
First thing first, hello, David. I got to meet him in Atlanta.
Oh, sweet.
And spend the day with David, which was great. You know, he's a long-time viewer and stuff like that. That was the best part about the trip, by the way.
Oh, I bet.
Is meeting all the people that I've never met but seen these comments throughout the year. So, like I said, I've used it a little bit. It is simple. It is. I actually had one of the main guys walk me through how to do it. It took about 5 minutes to walk through the whole platform. I was like, that's it? He's like, yeah, everything else is done for you. It might be a little too simple to do it, you know. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it does everything for you. You just print the labels and you are good to go. You sell it. It does all the catalog. You can scan it for the barcode. Tells you what it is if you want to do that. It's easy, but they made it that way. They wanted to be easy. They looked at like YouTube auctions. They looked at eBay. They looked at Facebook, stuff like that, or Instagram, and said, how can we make it easier in a format that's proprietary to selling on auctions and live? And that's what they did. And the thing is, they're constantly. This is like beta version of this. To be honest, there's so much more that they want to do with it, and they wanted to make it better as time goes on. I asked them. I said, hey man, can I get a tutorial how to do this? And they go, so much changes from month to month that it's not worth us showing you right now because it'll be different next month in the easier way. And they've listened to people. Hey, how can we fix this? They just added direct messaging to the buyers and sellers, so which is great because now I can talk to the guy I sold it to. Before that wasn't in there. So they are listening to what people have to say, and they are making it even easier than it is so far. So for that part, it's really easy to kind of just jump in. You just enter your information, and you're in there either buying, which is very easy. Anybody can be a buyer. They vet you a little bit if you're going to be a seller. So that's a process, and we actually get that in a little bit. But yeah, I think it's definitely the easiest format right now that there is to sell books or any collectible item, because it's not. They don't just do comics. Comics is a small portion of what they do. They got their hands in every type of collectible you can imagine. So
I can imagine. I have not bought from Whatnot, but I've actually entered into a few of the auctions just to check it out and watch what happens. And the couple of things. Number one, when you talk about it being easy, the first thing I experienced when I was watching people inside of the chat is that it's so easy that it can actually lend towards the seller being lazy in some parts. Because there are a lot of people who want to know what books are going to be sold during that auction, and they can do that. You can enter that, but then there's times where you don't have to do that, and so you can just go right in. And that kind of lends towards somebody not having to do that. So there's kind of a factor there. You can be as lazy as you want with it. Some people like that. Some people don't. To each his own. But I think from the buyer standpoint, they're going to want that accessibility to it. But beyond that, what he's talking about, there were books there that he wasn't necessarily looking for, but he got a good deal on it.
Sure.
I think that's what you're going to get in any type of auction that you're going to go to. You're basically looking at a grab bag of stuff that they have on sale that particular day. And, it's just like, when you're at a good draft, you're going to draft the best player possible. And if you see a book that you weren't necessarily looking for, but it's good for your collection, that's a great way to get it. So I think it's a good thing.
When you say easy, I think I know what you're talking about, because some people, and I'm guilty of this in the first auction I did, I didn't label what they were. I just said lot 1, lot 2, lot 3.
Right.
Honestly, I didn't know what the books were that I was selling. It was just I'll get that in a little bit. But I wasn't familiar with that. I would much rather label the books I put on. I mean, I'm the only guy that, my preview video, I'm the only guy that labels those books. I've been doing that for 4 years. That's what takes me the longest, is typing out the issue, the name and the number for every one of those books and the artist and stuff. I'm the only person who does that. Okay, So I want to do that when I do my whatnot auctions. I will label it. I will tell you what it is, what I think the condition is, maybe something about it. So going forward, as I do that, I'll try to put as much information in the description as possible. And I think I want to do the 1 minute auctions. I was doing 30 seconds for the first time out. It goes really fast. And I get it. That's what it's based on speed and going through. But I want a little bit more time to talk about the book that I'm selling.
Sure.
It was okay with me to selling the books that they gave me because I didn't know a lot about them. So I was like, here's a book.
Right.
And it's gold and shiny. That's pretty much what I can tell you. Mm-hmm. And the audience watching knew way more than I did. The who bought them. I didn't know anything. But if I have a book that I'm selling, I know about it.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, you got the next one, too.
Sure thing. All right, so the next one comes from Mr. Mayor 666. He says, I'm hopelessly addicted to Whatnot. The ease of it makes it pretty attractive. I love my Whatnot Wednesday crew, Jim, Nerdy, Tom, Pops, Rage, Skeleton, and Mill. I was fortunate enough to buy from your first sale and can't wait for more.
Okay, well, I hope he got a good deal because when I got that sale, I was watching other people sell those books, and pretty much Whatnot provided a stack of comp books for a few of us and stuff. I knew this going in. And I saw how much those books were selling for on other channels that had a bigger audience. I've never done it. I have a very small audience. So I let my audience know, hey, come to this. Mm-hmm. You can get these books for half what they're selling for because you're not bidding against 1,000 people.
Right.
And a lot of people did. And I was very happy about that. I didn't care about the books I was selling because, like I said, I didn't know what they were. But I was really happy that my audience, you guys, were getting these books for like half what they were selling for just a half hour before that, because I just don't have the audience there, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. He also messaged in there that it can be addictive. I think it is a little bit addictive, but I think people are accountable for themselves. Sure. I don't addictive and addiction. Okay, they're two different things. This is a hobby that we do. You can get addicted to something, and you don't get anything in return, like gambling. You can go and gamble, and you can lose all your money, and you don't have anything to show it. This is an auction. If you win, you actually have something physical to show for what you got. So I think it's a little bit. It can be addicting, but I wouldn't use the. And he doesn't use the other word addictive, but it can. You get in there and it gets a little hectic, a little wild.
There's an energy to it.
Yeah, there's
absolutely.
I flipped the switch like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, here we go. We gotta do this. And before that, I was like, what is this?
Right, right.
What is this gold thing? I don't know what that is. I'm like, okay, let's just do it. Mm-hmm. And I just kept rolling, and I was like, okay, I was just trying to get done with it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it was. So I mean. But yeah, that Whatnot Wednesday that Tom put together, he put that together himself, by the way.
Yeah,
he put together that whole lineup.
That's awesome
for them.
I don't go to it through Whatnot now. I usually watch it, when I'm on YouTube, because I like a lot of the people that are in the chat, and I like the way they're interacting with people. So I like that.
I just jump in because whenever I do, they say, hey Bueller. People go subscribe to Bueller. That's all. And then I leave.
Quick plug.
That's it. I had like 200 followers before I ever did an auction.
Right.
Whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta know what works and stuff like that.
You gotta get it in wherever you can.
You make an appearance and you're good. All right, you got the next one there.
And I noticed that you gave me the long one.
Hey, some things never change.
Never change.
I've been here all day setting this up. Okay, you just gotta show up. That's it.
It's okay, man. I don't mind. All right, next one comes from Brandon Allard. He says, I participated in a handful of sales on Whatnot, and while there are certainly deals to be had, I'm not completely sold on it. Of the few I've been in, I love the speed that things sell. Not interested in that book? Wait 20 seconds and there's a different one. Of course, that could just be the sellers I follow. My advice to new people is that the building intervals can jump up pretty quick, so watch a couple of sales before you start bidding. Trying to bid for $15 in a crowded room can turn into a bid for $40 real fast. The only real negative I've hit so far is the music some people play, talking volume, or not just your taste. Sellers, please do not place your speakers between you and your microphone. Sheesh. If I need to mute you or to watch the video, I might as well watch a different sale. Plus, chances are I'm already playing music on my end while watching, and mine is better. He's honest.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'd say if it brings more people into the hobby, it's got to be a good thing. Just don't outbid me.
Yeah. He's right on a lot of points there. If it's a really crowded room and you're trying to place a bid, they're pretty good on like, one thing I always deal with on YouTube auctions is lag.
Yeah.
It's always the case or whatnot. And on here, it's pretty good, but when there's a lot of people bidding, all of a sudden you thought you bid a $15, but like within a 1 second period, 10 people bid, and so that bid went to $40. You know, oh, I don't want to bid $40, you know, and that's how quickly it can happen. So you do have to watch out for that. I've seen that happen as well. I have listened to the music, and some, I'll just say it, I've watched some sell. I've tried to watch some. Some are just obnoxious.
They are.
And they just, I mean, I saw this guy like yelling at people, like, why aren't you paying for this and stuff like that? Or if I don't get this, and they was like getting upset. I was like, geez, just take a chill for a minute, you know? And some of the music can be pretty loud. I think they're really trying to get the energy going and stuff. I don't know if you need to that much. There's a difference between just pumping up a bunch of music and being all loud and all this stuff and being entertaining.
Right.
Okay? If you can be entertaining, you don't need music. Trust me, I know this.
This is true.
I can entertain. Well, I put music on, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you guys out there, you sellers out there who are doing all the bells and whistles, work on being entertaining and interacting with your audience and having fun. Don't worry about all the other crap. Don't worry about the music, all of this stuff and whatnot that's going on and stuff. Just be entertaining and make it so that people want to be there and hang out.
Absolutely.
That's will go a lot further than playing Metallica in the background at full bore.
Right. So I mean, or if you deem that you want to do music and that's something that you have to do, play with your volume levels so that it's at a respectable level, so that it's not drowning you out and it's not obnoxious. Right? Yeah. I mean, listen to it. Go back and listen to it. Maybe take a couple test runs and get your volume levels right, so that it's not something that's going to blow out and push away, people from coming and watching your auction or being a part of it. He does bring a couple of great points there. I think the best piece of advice he said is to watch a couple of the auctions first.
Sure.
Because they do go quickly. If you're used to YouTube auctions, this is not your normal.
Yeah, this is a total opposite.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they go really quick, and it does pump up really high. And if you bid, it can be quite shocking. And so I would definitely, take a look at that. And look, getting outbid is part of the game.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. But really, it's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
And when it comes to music and stuff like that, I've been to a couple of them. I had one that was a good friend of the channel. He does toys, and he'll talk, and the music will be down. But then when the auction's going on, he turns the music way up, and it's just obnoxious.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience with music in the videos, and a lot of times I've experimented how the volume should be and all that stuff. And the music should never be louder than the person talking.
Yeah,
not even close. You should barely be able to hear the music in the background, or don't use music at all and just sing yourself.
Right.
Like a Rolling Stone. On your own.
Come on, buddy.
Like a Rolling Stone.
I love when you did that.
Karaoke with Robbie.
You got it, bro.
Give me a break, dude. That guy's a freaking nutball, dude. Good times, man. You should have been there.
I was so jealous that I wasn't, man.
The funny thing is, I was going to sing Everybody Gets Stoned.
Oh, really?
That's the one I wanted to sing. That's a really easy song to sing, by the way.
Yeah.
And like the right before I went up to go sing it, the lady goes, "Oh, we don't have it."
Oh.
And so I was like, okay, another Bob Dylan song. So we did like a Rolling Stone, which is a lot harder than Everybody Gets Stoned.
For sure.
And I stumbled my way through that, but I tried, What the hell? I don't care.
You did fine, man.
Just go for it, So there you go. All right. I got the next one here. Finally, I get you hogged all the comments there.
Look at that.
This is from Jonathan Baker. Says, I think it's a hype beast, overhyping store exclusives with the big YouTuber names selling them for comic shops. But if you buy from a smaller person, you might get good deals. Overall, just don't overpay because you see a timer go in knowing what you want to pay for a book, and don't fall victim to the time countdown. That's right. So happy you're back for episode B&B. That's Bob and Bueller. So, there is a lot of YouTubers, and I'll tell you, they went out and they hunted for the YouTubers to join this platform.
Yeah.
And because they were looking for people who had audiences. I mean, just is what it is. They wanted to bring more people to the thing. So what do? You go and you find someone of social media influence or whatnot, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and you see, okay, they have an audience. Let's see if they can help bring that audience to us.
Yeah.
And so that's what they did. They approached me many a times. And I've said this. I turned them down 3 times. 3 times. I said, no, I don't want you guys. Mm-hmm. And no, we really want you, Bueller. No, I don't care. I could care less. I'm not interested.
Which is your stance with most people who come.
Yeah, and finally they hit me up because they were really excited about the bus. And so I saw them last year at MegaCon, which was August last year. It hasn't been a full year because timing or whatnot. And they're like, hey, we really want to be a part of the bus and stuff. We really want to do this, and please hear us out. And I was like, okay, let me think about it. And then like 2 months later, we're at Rose City Comic Con, mm-hmm. and they were really hitting on me at the bar that night.
Yeah,
they're like, come on, Bueller, you need to talk to us and all this stuff. And finally, I folded. I said, okay, let's set up a meeting. We'll talk. And I finally gave in after like 3 or 4 times saying no, and finally I listened to them and what they offered me, and I actually had an offer for them, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want them to know. You know the story. But anyway, it was good. It was great. It was I was very happy with it and stuff like that. So mm-hmm. so I was like, okay. And the nice thing about them is, and maybe I'm the only one on this point, they don't ask much of me, to be honest, as far as what I have to do for them in return, mm-hmm. and which I kind of like. I mean, in theory, I only have to host 1 auction a month on their platform. That's it, 1 a month, mm-hmm. half hour. That's like all I have to do. Well, and
holding auctions is hard on the road to begin with.
Yeah. And shipping from the road is a pain in the ass as well. Like I go to ship those books. I'm like, there's no post office around where I'm at. I look up and I ask this lady in the store. I go, is there a post office around here? She goes, well, there's something in the back of the hardware store. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I need something with a postal code or something like that. She goes, yeah, it closes at 10. It's like 10 in the morning. They're open for like 2 hours. I go, no, so I got to drive this other town to find a real post office. So
sitting in Podunk, Oklahoma, had an
That's
auction,
pretty much what it was. Yeah,
no coffee, no post office. What am I gonna do?
Anyway, but they do have a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that, and all around it just wasn't comic books. Like I said, it's all the stuff. YouTubers, influencers, whatever you want to call those people. They went and looked for them. So. Any comment, response on that?
Not really. I mean, I'm not one of those people that they sought out, but I mean, I can see the point. And look, it makes sense. It really makes sense. I mean, you're going to go after people who have a following already. I think it'd be much harder if you started on Whatnot and tried to build a following.
Yes.
And and again, you have to understand they do vet people. You can't just go in and say, hey, I want to start auctioning books. They're going to want people who have auctions on a semi-regular basis. It's not a one-time thing. And so it's one of those things that, I mean, if you want to be a part of that platform, you've got to be able to have, a people, number one, but you also have to have product that you can, constantly be able to, to be able to turn over. Yeah. And that's all part of it. Yeah.
Okay, I got the next one. This one is from Bob Burkhammer. He said, Whatnot could be another backbone piece to complete the FOMO monster. Just saying. But that's why we have comic book friends and family like Bob and Bueller to help slay the FOMO beast. So happy to see the two bubbly buddies back together again. Bubbly.
Is
Hey,
that because of
Bubbly.
our side? We are
Bubbly.
bubbly.
This
We're
is
bubbly.
Yeah. The table is raised behind the bubble.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like it's a FOMO monsters there. I mean, we've kind of talked about that in the past, and we shared our opinions on that, and just it's just another platform where you can buy books, and I don't know. I as far as it being another backbone, I mean, everything is really
Sure.
any store, any hype to anything you want, it's part of it. I'm part of it. I mean, I could, it doesn't. I could say just something. Go buy Spawn books. And I've been preaching that or whatnot. And people might be like, "Oh, I better buy Spawn books," because Bueller said to go buy the Spawn books and stuff like that. So everything's kind of a little piece, but we're a smart community, and I always have faith in our community and stuff like that. And and like you said, there's people like me and Bob that we're here to say that it doesn't have to rule the day.
Right.
FOMO doesn't have to be what you want to buy. Ask yourself if you want it. Don't ask yourself if you need it. Ask yourself if you actually want this book.
Right.
Just because the book is worth something, just because it's hot, would you buy it for your collection if it was not? Would you want it in your collection if it was not? And if the answer is no, don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's as easy as that.
I think there's a couple of factors when you come into whatnot. Number one, we've talked about it earlier. The energy is completely different, and I think that lends to some of that FOMO.
Yeah.
Because it's fast paced, and you can lose out on something you want really quick.
Sure.
And then also the thing about whatnot, like especially on places like Tom's channel, you got a lot of people that are going to be there. And you want to do your buys as if you didn't have anybody you knew there, because that can sometimes add pressure to you when you're buying something. And so those are a couple of factors that I'd watch out for when you're walking into it. And just take a step back and just allow yourself to take a breath and do exactly what Bueller just said. Do you actually want the book?
Yeah.
Right? Do you actually really need the book?
Yeah.
Because if you don't put yourself in that position and then come back later on and have the story that you regretted what you did.
Yeah.
We got too many of those.
We've all been
there.
All right, I got the next one here as well. This is from Woody's Comic Chest. It says, "Hey fam, I don't know much about the Whatnot platform works, but I have noticed a recent eBay sales slowing down on my books. Could it be the gas prices, grocery prices, algorithms, or whatnot? I don't know. For one, I think it's a combination of all that stuff.
Yes.
And I do think Whatnot is taking a lot of people away from eBay. I think that's why wouldn't it? It's another selling platform that's dedicated to collectors. eBay is not dedicated to collectors; it's dedicated to whatever you want to sell.
Right.
And they're live auctions. It's a different platform. eBay is what it is. Mm-hmm. You go there, you just buy it now, or there's a 7-day auction. There's no 30-second auction, so it's a whole different beast. And if somebody wants to get rid of something quick, Whatnot's where to go.
Yeah.
And if you're going to tell someone, "I want to sell my books fast," you're not going to say go to eBay. You're going to say go to Whatnot. You sell it within that 30 seconds or a minute and stuff. So that's why I think there's more stuff going there. It's quicker. It's easier. It's a lower percentage. I don't think that's by much, but it is a little bit. And the shipping rates are better. And so I think all the other stuff is affecting it. But I think Whatnot in general, if those other things weren't an issue right now, which they are, I think Whatnot is taking a big chunk away from eBay in the collectors markets. So
yeah, I mean, people are going to be, putting their money, where their heart's at. Yeah. And if you got a brand new toy with which you can, make purchases and make buys from, and Whatnot is the brand new toy right now, then that's going to take a lot of people away. I wouldn't say eBay's going anywhere. But there are a lot of factors that are going on right now. Yeah. And definitely the way the economy is, there's a lot going on, right? I mean, gas prices right now are cutting out a lot of people, extra spending, and so it's all over the board. But hey, good for Whatnot that they are actually in a place where they're growing, and they've got a platform with which people are happy to be able to sell, and they've got a number of people that are happy going and they're buying books right now. Yeah. And but those other platforms are not going to go anywhere. And we'll still be able to to buy books across the board. I just think that we got more options now.
Yeah. All right, Bob, you got the next one here. It's a big one.
All right. This one comes from RJGTNMT84. He says, the irritating thing about Whatnot are all these YouTubers that they've got shilling for them.
I agree. Those YouTubers suck. Every one of them.
They're all shills, man.
They're all just horrible people. And starting with that Bob guy and that Bueller guy, 1 and 2 right there.
I'm a Whatnot shill, man.
2 and 1. I mean, there are a lot. We kind of hit on this a little bit ago as far as the YouTubers. And let me tell you about Whatnot a little bit. When Whatnot, obviously I told you the story earlier, they really made me feel valuable as far as what I've done the last 4 years doing this. So when they approached me and they wanted to do that, and we actually sat down, they really made me feel worth what I've done. It made my audience, the audience I have, it made me feel worth the audience, okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put a value to that, an actual real value to that, what I've done and what you guys have made and stuff. So that meant a lot to me. I've been with some companies or whatnot that didn't care about you, didn't care about what I could bring to the table,
right? And
just basically took a dump on what I've been doing for the last 4 years.
Right.
And with them, I said, beat it. I don't want to have anything to do with you. If you don't see what we're doing here, you don't see what we're building and stuff like here. And if it should be obvious. It shouldn't be a hard discussion to have. With Whatnot, it was obvious.
Yeah.
They see it. They see the value. They see what's there. And when they came to me and approached me, and I sat down on top of them, I felt the value they had for it. So for that, it meant a lot to me. They've obviously done that with a lot of YouTubers in every area. Like I said, Instagram, all that stuff. And it's a strategy to get more people at the platform the fastest way they can. And I really sat down and thought about this. And I was like, okay, what are the negatives and positives about Whatnot? And for the most part, all the comments I got were all pretty positive. They all really liked the format. They all really enjoyed it and stuff like that. I think Whatnot is just learning as they're going along, and if they do run into some mistakes, from what I've seen and talked to, they want to fix it. They want the best platform. You guys hear that? My good old trade. But they want it to be the best.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. They're not just going to settle if there's a problem. They're going to go and fix it. And the fact that they're willing to acknowledge if there is an issue, bring it to the table, say we're going to correct this, make sure it doesn't happen again, goes a long way. And the transparency, that's what you need. And I can respect that.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm pretty happy with them. So just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
Anything?
Not really. That pretty much hits it on the head. I'm not part of that group, so I don't really have much to comment on it. But most of the people that I know are on Whatnot, I wouldn't say are shills.
Yeah.
And that's an opinion. So
I did feel a little weird selling that pack of books because I didn't know what they were. They did let me keep all the funds for it, which is great. I appreciate that, and it helped out. My bus broke down like a week later, so that was a nice little funds to have available for that. But I did feel like I don't know how comfortable I am doing that. If I'm not knowing about the books, what they are, I'd much rather sell my books and stuff. But, it is what it is, and it was the promotion for the MegaCon and all that stuff. So I think if I do other cons, they'll probably have something similar for me, a little comp package for me to do. Mm-hmm. But I'll try to incorporate some of my own books as well. So, or actually do a little bit of research to figure out what the hell I'm selling. So anyway, one last one, and I got this one. This is from Dave's collection. He says, "Great to see you back home, safe, and even better that Coffee and Comics returns this Monday." That's right. But about Whatnot, sheesh, I think not. The fees are catching up to eBay fees, and the verification process favors the YouTube with high traffic. It becomes more sellers than buyers, and if you don't have a following, you won't sell any books. I applied a year ago only to be told to apply again. I was like, nope, I sell my comics on Facebook or live auctions on Instagram accounts. It's cheaper ways to skin a cat, and that's my 2 cents. So we mentioned the vetting process, and I think right now I think their vetting process might be a little bit easier than it was in the beginning. I think in the beginning they were really trying to get sellers with a following to already bring them to the market, to the platform. I think now, I could be wrong, to be totally honest, because honestly I wasn't vetted. I didn't have to go through a process. They knew who I was. And they said, hey, we want you on the platform. So it was just, I was automatically approved and stuff like that. And I think I have a pretty good track record and a pretty good, I think my track record speaks for itself.
Sure.
And stuff. So I think they made the right choice. But they do have that vetting process. And I look at it two ways. I look at you know what? I appreciate the vetting process. I appreciate them not just letting anyone and everyone on the platform to start selling, because if you get that, you get the fake sellers, or there's a lot of that stuff on eBay, and that's a lot of people got turned away on eBay because there was the issues like that, and that's one thing they want to address. That's a hard thing to balance, though. How do you balance that with people that don't get in, that deserve to get in, but yet they want to have that higher vetting process in place to make sure they have legit sellers on there?
Right.
If I looked at it this way, I'd say I'd rather there be a vetting process than not.
Yeah.
And I think you guys would agree. I think I'd rather there be some checks and balances in place, whether more so than it's the Wild West and anyone can open an account. And if I didn't like this account, I just make a new email and I'm selling stuff tomorrow on a fake account.
Right.
So I look at it that way. So I think the vetting process, whatever it is, I think it might have got easier than the beginning, and I hope like I said, they're willing to learn. They're willing to see what works and not. And I think that the vetting process will become more streamlined, and it won't take as long, and they'll have those checks and balances in place in the future as well. So.
Sure. I mean, I don't have much to say about this except for, that vetting process didn't favor the little guy. And I think there are a lot of people that got their feathers ruffled, and there's a lot of people who've been selling comics for a long time, that don't have a following, but they've got enough inventory that they can, make a good living doing it, and that platform would be a good way to do it. And so I really hope that they do open it up for people like that. They've been, selling comics for years, that they do have a reputation. That can definitely add some value to Whatnot, and then Whatnot be able to add value to them as well. But in the meantime, I think in the very beginning, every company's got to be careful. Yeah. And and they are also going for a specific clientele in the beginning to get things started. I mean, usually for a company, to get started, it's very difficult because it's all about funding. Until you become profitable, and then once you become profitable, then you open things up more, and so maybe that's what they were trying to do, is just to wait to become profitable, and then they could maybe open the reins up a little more. I don't know. I'm just assuming and maybe throwing it out there, but in the midst of this, I know that there are a lot of little guys that are great sellers that have their feathers ruffled, and I'd like to see them to be able to use that platform.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if there's a certain number or nothing, but like our buddy Eric Road Trader, he's on Whatnot, and he doesn't have he's been on there for a while. He doesn't have like a huge channel. He's got a couple hundred subscribers and stuff, at least at the time when he started selling. Sure. But so I don't know what that number is, or what they consider, the threshold or cutoff.
That guy's a wheeler and dealer, man. He greased somebody on the
side.
Yeah,
he knows some people.
He does.
So anyway, but in general, I mean, that's our last comment. In general, I've been pretty happy with what they do. I had never bought from there. I've been in some auctions I've watched. I don't really buy a lot of stuff like that anyway. I did have fun doing the auction myself. Because I had a couple friends with me, and they were jumping in. We were kind of having a good time. We were at the Comic-Con, so it was automatically a good time, just hanging out with friends. I'm curious to use it more myself. And, for me, like the 1 minute auctions, not the 30 seconds, a little more detail, a little more entertainment, less pop and less bang and all that stuff, a little more fun, and just enjoying the company that's in the. For one, I had a hard time seeing the thing on the phone. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is that? I can't tell. It's going so fast, and I can't even read it. Right. So I need to use my tablet or something something bigger font or something like that. So,
Sure.
And then I had the camera pointed away from me, and that's how they do it. They point it towards the book. And I'm like, nah, next time I do, I'm going to have the camera pointed at me and I have the book in front of me. So that's what you guys know. You guys don't know me from just showing the book. You know me from saying hi and waving to the camera and looking like some kind of idiot with my tooth falling out and stuff like that, you know? All the fatness on display, all the tooth decay.
There we go.
Yeah,
Take me as you get me, man.
Anyway, so that is our topic for the Blackbox Comics. Let me just announce real quick before we go, we do have a quick giveaway for Blackbox Comics. What it is, it's a little care package. Let me pull these down real fast. And we're going to give you some Blackbox comic books. This is Dr. Wilder number 4, the regular cover. And then we have the variant cover also. And then we have Devil's Dominion, a couple different variants for Devil's Dominion. There's that one on that side and that one on that side. And because Bob's here, we got Shinukage number 5 and number 7.
Nice.
They're just in the bag together. And so we got that. We got a couple pins because I like pins. And we got a t-shirt. And I got some different t-shirts. So depending on your size, we'll try to do our best to get you a size. So whoever wins, let me know what your size is. And I'll try to get you the t-shirt that fits. All you got to do to enter this giveaway is just leave a comment on the video. And you're entered. I mean, that's it. Just leave a comment down in the comment section. You know, whatever you want to say. You can say Bob looks good.
Fantastic.
Bueller looks horrible. Or look at that tan on Bueller or something like that. And you were entered to win the Blackbox giveaway and stuff like that. So there you go. Easy as that. Win a little care package from Blackbox and all that good stuff.
Free stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to our next segment, our final 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. So the Bird City Comics under the code Bueller, you save 10%.
10%.
So let me take these down. Bob, you want to go ahead and show your final 5?
Sure thing. And these are some larger books. I made my first purchase from In Stock Trades.
Nice.
Never gotten anything from them before, and they had a DC sale going on, so I got some things.
I might have to hold these for you.
First one I got is, you guys know Paul Dini, the guy that did the writing from not Dark Knight, but the Batman the Animated Series. Mm-hmm. This is called Dark Knight. This is actually his personal story of getting jumped and beaten up inside of New York. Broken bones and everything, and it almost ruined him from writing. And how the character Batman ended up on a conscious level.
Saving him?
Helping him. And
he's not real.
In his recovery. No, he's not real, but I mean, when he was getting beaten, he wished the hero would have come and saved him. Really an amazing story. I've always wanted it. Finally got it. And so, there you go.
I wish it was Wonder Woman that saved me.
There you go.
Or Linda Carter.
There you go. And so another one, and I've had this in my collection many times. I always give it away. I'm not giving this one away. This is the hardcover edition, but this is The Long Halloween.
I'll hold that there for a quick second.
Thank you. And then I've never had this, never even knew it existed until just recently. The Long Halloween had a follow-up, like a part 2. I never knew that. And so I got the Long Halloween, the second story.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to reading that. I've never read it before. And then this is seminal. Had to have it in my collection because I love it. This is Arkham Asylum, of course, by Grant Morrison.
I have the original.
Had to get that. I had the original too. I don't have it in my collection anymore.
I still have it.
Do you?
Missing the cover, but
nice.
I still got it.
But so now I have it in my collection again. And then this one, I really love the story. I got to read the second arc and not the first one, so now I got the first arc. But this is Aerosmith by Garth. Is it Garth Ennis? Is that who it is? Or Kurt Busiek? I think it's Busiek.
There you go.
Great premise. I love the story in the second arc, and I'm excited to read the first arc.
Very cool. Here's your heavy books.
Thank you very much.
Man.
In Stock Trades, man. They got some great deals there.
How much were those?
I think I got all these plus 2 more that haven't shipped yet for like $110.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me the Arkham
Asylum. The other 2 I got was By the Horns.
Yeah.
And Green with Blue, I think it's called. Blue with Green. The Ron V book. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is my final 5. I got some autographs here. The first one here is Mother 47 by Clara Meath. And
nice.
This is like my very first Kickstarter campaign I ever really supported. And it's autographed from her. And part of the thing that I signed up for, I got original art. So I got page 31
nice.
from the book. So there you go. That's my first ever original art I've ever had. This is very cool.
I love watching her ink on Instagram.
Yeah, she does that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to trying to figure out where I put this on the bus.
Nice.
Because I want to take it with me. Then I have, I got this one, Deadpool number 13. I used to have this slab.
Yeah.
And then I think I gave it away or something like that. Or sold it. I don't remember. But I don't have it. But I found the book itself. And I actually like the book outside the slab better. So it was only $4 as well.
You're just not a slab guy.
I'm just not. I only have 2 slabs left. And the only reason I have them is because they were gifts.
Yeah.
And they're autographed from the creators and stuff like that. So this other one is the Recount Preamble by Jonathan Hendrick. And he gave this to me and signed it for me as well. So that's really cool. I love that series.
Nice.
They got volume 2 coming out. So this one is Spawn 318. And this is autographed by the cover artist guy.
Nice.
Boris or Bjorn or whatever his name is. He was really cool. And he signed 3 books for me and stuff like that. So, but the next one. The next one is my, this is Deceased number 6. And this is my autograph by Funky Cold Matina. Right there. You can see it right there.
Who?
Funky Cold Matina. He's like, what? What? He doesn't know. Maybe you're just messing with me because I saw him talking to someone like in pure English and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So I think he was just messing with me or something like that. But he was like, I was like, Funky Cold Matina. He's like, yeah. And I go, can you sign it, Funky Cold Matina? And he's like, yes. I go, can you put 2 Bueller? And I put my card on the table so he had my name. People asked how do you spell Bueller. So I pointed it to him. He's like, yeah. And he signed it. He just signed his name. And I'm like, thanks. They were free. I didn't want to, say, no, write 2 Bueller. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Right.
So anyway, I got to meet Matina finally. And good dude and stuff like that. And he signed 3 books for free, by the way.
Right.
And so there you go. That's my. I've showed this a couple times already, but I don't care.
I love it. I love the story behind it.
But I did get to meet Matina finally.
Yeah.
And I had fun calling him Funky Cold Matina. What's up, Funky Cold Matina? So anyway, that's my final 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. Like I said before, go to their website and code Bueller and save 10% on all your gas needs and comic books.
There you go.
There you go.
Great final 5.
There you go. So now we're going to go to our good old friend. And you know what? This is a pretty fun segment because I know he enjoys it. But let's go ahead and go to Robbie's Pick of the Week.
Hey everybody, Rockin' Robbie here from Pop Culture Philosophers. Super excited that the Coffee and Comics Show is back for one more episode. I am beyond exhilarated to see Bob and Bueller on the same screen again, to go to work on Monday morning, to have a cup of coffee, and to listen to our homies Bob and Bueller discuss said coffee and comics, amongst a bunch of other things. Really freaking excited. Y'all, I love you. This is a treat. We are excited. Now, they're about to be talking about my pick of the week, and of course, my pick of the week was Aquaman Andromeda, issue number 1 from DC Black Label, written by Robbie, friend of the show, illustrated by Christian Ward, and lettered by Aditya Bidikar, the best letterer in the industry today. I'm very pumped for this episode, guys. I'm very pumped to see what y'all have to think about my pick of the week. But before I go, remember, there are worse things out tonight than vampires. Like what, you ask? Like me. Blade sword. Come on, all you suckheads. The world you live is a sugar-coated topping.
And you knew Robbie was going to pick this.
Yeah.
How could he not?
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet myself. I've looked at the artwork. The artwork is amazing.
Sure.
Inside of it, the coloring I just love.
Yes.
Love. And but I trust Robbie, and I can't wait to read it.
I did read it.
Did you?
Not a lot going on. A lot of words and no action or nothing like that. Really, nothing really happens in this book until like the last page or 2, when any type of action happens. It's a beautiful book. Mm-hmm. The color that they use it makes you feel like you're underwater the whole time. And it's all blue and it's all like that. And the colors they use are shiny, trying to get away there. But it is a Ron V book, so it was an automatic pick. And speaking of Ron V, I met Ron V at MediCon.
Nice.
And I said, hey, remember that interview that you did with Robbie? He goes, no.
Boom.
He goes, who? I go, Pop Culture Philosophers. He goes, no. And then he looked at me and goes, can I get your autograph, Bueller? I said, sure.
Here he goes.
He goes, yeah, isn't that the guy that Bob's going to kick his ass or something?
That's right. I love it.
Anyway, but Robbie was awesome. I did get to meet him. He was a good dude.
But I'm disappointed in your review because Robbie said that this was the best Aquaman book that he's read since Jeff Johns. And that Jeff Johns one was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing that's happening, then what is he talking about?
Yeah, maybe he is blinded by the Venus.
Maybe.
The Venus.
Ran by the Venus.
Yeah, Venus got to him.
I don't know.
Be careful with that Venus.
You can get bitch.
But no, it wasn't bad. It's not a bad book. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's just.
No, it's beautiful.
For me, there wasn't really any action in the book. It was very story, which is great. Robbie likes story. Okay.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of a payoff at the end with a little bit of Kraken and a little bit of what's that? His villain, Black
Manta.
Yeah.
I'm still excited to check it out.
Yeah, I enjoy it, but I'm still waiting for that stupid Swamp Thing Black Label. It hasn't been out for 6 months. The Hell one.
Yeah.
It came out number 1, loved it. Where's number 2? It's 6 months later, still not out.
Yeah.
You know why?
A bunch of books I'm still waiting for.
It's because of this big stupid format book.
Yeah.
Too much paper. Beautiful book though, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, that's Robbie's pick of the week, and then next week it's gonna be probably a Ron V book.
Yeah, probably. Or Dan Waters.
I don't know. Probably gonna be like I don't know. He'll probably pick something like what's his other one that he likes so much?
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, he probably. Well, it's Ron V as well.
Right.
That's all he likes. Maybe it's Department of Truth or something. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know. Anyway, that's Robbie. Thank you, Robbie, for making a little video for us. Missed you, buddy. It's not a coffee episode without Robbie.
Absolutely.
He's our third brother from
Love you, homie.
From some other type of mother. But seriously, though, hanging out with Robbie was a blast. And his little crew that he has over there.
I was so jealous.
And just hanging out on his birthday and his girlfriend. She's a sweetheart. And she really likes him. She legitimately likes him.
That's awesome.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So
wow, that's
I'm
crazy.
happy for him. So anyway, all right, let's go to our next one, and this is our "Was It Good" segment. People miss this one because they just like us saying, "Hey, Bob,
was it good?
Was it good?" So this is pretty much we review 3 books each that we read this week. And we tell you, was it good? Mm-hmm. So let me take this down, and you know what? Here are we'll swap. Here's my 3.
Sounds good.
You want to hand me your 3?
Sure. I don't have bags and boards on mine.
That's all right. I'll go first with these 3. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The first one on our list is Astronaut Down #1 by Aftershock Comics. Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Nah, not really. I was disappointed. I love the premise. It's about there's some type of event that's happened on Earth. It's like a quantum event, and most of the Earth is wiped out. It's like weather. It's like a quantum wind, and it's wiping out the cities, and so they got what they call astronauts making these jumps to different. I think it's different dimensions, but they keep telling the story in these flashbacks to fill you in, and the execution of it just didn't grab me.
Okay.
And I like the premise, but the execution of it was just. I mean, it was all right.
I didn't pick it up. I thought about it. I had it in my hand, and I just passed on it. So
yeah.
Luckily, you're telling me it's not very good.
It's passable.
So I'm good. All right. The next one we have is by Skybound or Image. This is After School #1. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Oh, it was good.
That was gross.
I know.
That was gross.
It was good. I had so much fun reading this. It's about a girl who's going through her normal, teenage stuff, and so her mom, just to kind of help her out, buys her a dog. And so she's so happy to have the dog, but there's an after effect that she gets from the dog. It kind of gives her confidence.
Okay.
And so it's not like she gets superpowers, but she gets super confident from it. And so there's something about that. And then as you go along, you find out that there's something about this dog. And I'm not going to give that away, but the way it's written is so much fun. There's a lot of comedy inside of it. I was laughing. There's one page where she wakes up in the middle of the night because she hears noises in the kitchen, and she goes in, and there's the dog in the kitchen standing up on its two legs with a cigarette and a cup of coffee, and it goes, oh shit. It was so funny. And but in the end, you kind of find out, he's not from outer space. He's not a demon. He's kind of an interdimensional type of being. And I'll kind of leave it at that. And I had a lot of fun. It's a one-shot.
Yeah. It is?
Yeah. There's 4 different stories that they're going to do with it. Okay. And so this is the first one. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed reading it.
Cool. I might have to pick that up.
Yeah. All
right. Last one here is Dark Crisis by Joshua Williamson, DC Comics. This is 1 of 7. Mm-hmm. Bob.
Yep.
This final one here. Mm-hmm. Was it good for you?
I'm not the person to ask about this because I'm going to tell you it's good anyway because I love the Crisis books.
Okay.
Right? But it's Joshua Williamson. I love his writing. I didn't read The Death of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And you really don't have to read The Death of the Justice League to get into this book. You just got to know that they're dead. And the story kind of centers around Superman's son going around and trying to create a new Justice League, and nobody's kind of taking him up on the offer.
Yeah.
And in the background, you got all these different, villains and stuff like that, kind of like, well, the Justice League's not here, and so we're going to, kick some butt. And so all the crime's starting to step up all over the place, and that's kind of the, what's going on in the background. And so while all the heroes that are left are dealing with all this, at the very end of the book, you find out what's really going to happen, which is somebody, I'm not going to mention who, is the end of the multiverse is coming now, which is what happens in all these books. So, I mean, it's not going to be groundbreaking or anything like that. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the way Joshua Williamson is writing it, every page I was having fun as I was reading it. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I like anything Joshua does.
Yeah.
He's a friend. He invited me over.
That's awesome.
He's remodeling his house. When it's all done, he wants to show it to me and stuff. He lives here in Portland and everything. I tell you a little story about him and I at MegaCon.
Go for it.
Okay, this is kind of interesting. It's not really about him, but he was there. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Joshua and stuff at this booth. And not a very busy booth and stuff like that. And or no, there was someone else there. That's right. And the guy there was getting some books signed by him. And the guy looked up and turned around, and looked at me, and goes, "Hey, you're Bueller, right?" I go, "Yeah, hi, how you doing?" He goes, "You and I, we had beef a couple years ago and stuff like that." I go, "Oh, okay." And I didn't really recognize him and stuff like that. And I later realized what he was talking about and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh, all right. How you doing?" I didn't know what to say or nothing like that. He goes, "Oh, yeah, good." And he goes, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" I said, "Sure." He goes, "Can you take my picture with Joshua?" I said, "Sure. I don't care." So I sit there and I took his picture with him and Joshua and stuff like that.
That Bueller dude's actually okay.
I'm like, "Yeah, here you go." I took his picture and stuff like that. And like I said, I later realized who he was and stuff like that. And, let's just say some of the things that were exchanged were not very flattering in my direction or whatnot. But you know what? It's water under the bridge, man.
Yeah.
And I had a good moment with him. And I had a good time meeting him and saying hello and got his picture taken. And, everything is good, man. I live in a really good life and I don't have any, problem with anybody. And every moment I experience is a positive one. And that was actually a positive moment. So
that's awesome.
For that gentleman, I don't know if he's watching or whatnot, it was a pleasure meeting you. And I'm glad you got your picture with Joshua. He's a good dude. And he got some really cool books signed because Joshua's really cool about that. He'll sign a bunch of books and stuff. So it was a win-win. And I think he drew something in he had like a little portfolio for stuff. So I think he went out pretty well. So
nice.
Anyway, just a little story I wanted to share.
What happens when you're around comic books?
There you go.
All everything is quiet.
All right. So you can have those back.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now it's time for my 3.
All right. So let me put my eyes on here. So we have Thor number 26 by Marvel Comics. And Bueller.
Yes, Bob?
Got to ask you a question.
Okay.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's kind of this weird thing where Hulk is Thor and Thor is Hulk. And they're battling each other. and because obviously Donny Cates is writing Thor and Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more to go on this thing, and it's just a big battle between a green Thor and a green Hulk, or a Thor Hulk. It's kind of confusing because it was like I don't even know because now it's legit. They've like switched roles, and like both of them have. Before it was just like Thor is now Hulk and Hulk is Hulk, but now it's like Thor is Hulk and Hulk is Thor.
So I just real quick question. I dropped this. Is Banner still driving Hulk while he's doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. He's doing something. He's hanging out with Odin.
Okay.
Or something.
Right.
So I don't. It's definitely. I don't know. It's so weird.
Right.
And it's just like I don't know.
When he was at the convention, he said he was going to piss people off. He wasn't wrong, man.
Yeah. Well, and then I saw him at MegaCon, and he looked like he's just out of it. I know he just got back from Italy, but he was just like, you can tell he'd just been like, man, I need a breather for a while. You know, and sometimes you need a vacation from vacation.
Absolutely.
And I think he's right there. So I mean, maybe his work, because I mean these are big books that he's working on and stuff, and they're a little nuts. And that might get into your psyche a little bit and stuff. Yeah. So I enjoyed it, and I really need the part 5, what it's in Hulk, and see what ends up. But it was I needed something a little light.
So you liked it, but it was weird.
Yeah. So it was fine. So
cool.
There you go.
Right on. Cool. All right. All right. So the next one you got is Spawn number 30.
330.
330.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, 30 years. I'm reading that wrong. Look at that. All right, and so here we go, right up there on the good old rack. And Bueller.
Yes.
Whew. Was it good?
Yeah, I'm enjoying Spawn. This was great because it had a nice, had a lot of characters involved. Overkill, Medieval Spawn, some other people I'm not too familiar with. They were all in this book. They all had plot lines going on, and I kind of like that. It was a fast-paced. I breezed through it pretty quick. There was a couple battle things here and there, and it's just Spawn has opened the door for all these spawns that come into the world, and they're like invading, and there's other creatures trying to kill these spawns. It gets a little convoluted sometimes, like who's who and who's like good or bad. I kind of struggle a little bit with that with the Spawn titles. There's some great splash pages, just like I was always, and it's only a $2.99 book, so I bought both covers.
I feel like he's like opened the toy box to show us everything, but we're not going to find out till later who's cool and who's not.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, cool. I'll look forward to that one. All right, the next one you got is also from Image Comics. You got Oblivion Song number 36.
Yes.
Excited about this one.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yes, Bob?
Was it good?
So this is the last one. Finally. It took him like 5 months to get this out.
Yeah.
And that 5 months, I forgot about it. And so I'm reading this book. I'm like,
you don't remember what happened?
I don't remember, and really killed it for me because I really liked the series at one time. And this was just kind of wrapping things up and saying goodbye, and had some, it goes through a long timeline in this book from kids to their adulthood. So it's a little like, it's maybe not the tie-up I wanted, and maybe the last issue before this was probably more of the ending.
Oh, wow.
As far as what was going on. So maybe this one wasn't really needed. It's a little bit thicker and stuff, but I really struggled with it, and I would have to go back and read the last 4 or 5 issues to get back with this. But there was literally a 5-month gap.
Yeah.
And I thought the last issue was the last issue. And I even said that on my video. It's like, this is the last
I was
issue.
under the impression of that as well.
And then 5 months later, this is it. And it just didn't do nothing for me. So it's too bad because I really like the series. And it might be my fault, like I said, just because there is such a gap. I might just have to go back and read the last 2 or 3 issues to get more caught up with what's happening. But I'm probably not going to do that.
I hear you. Well, that's too bad. I was looking forward to that one.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it. So that's our was it good?
Was it good?
So I had 1, 2 that were good.
Same with me.
You had 2 that were good and 1 that was bad.
Yeah.
So let's do our special announcement for the Comics on Coffee.
Yeah.
And this is we have to be very careful about what we
careful.
say here, because there's certain things we can and cannot say or cannot
Until
show.
it becomes official.
Yeah. So let me just do this. I don't know. This doesn't mean anything at all.
Nope.
What we're doing right here. That doesn't mean anything.
Nothing.
We just like to put that book out there. I'm not even going to say the name of that book.
Nope.
But that doesn't mean anything at all with what might happen with the comics. Oh God, comics on coffee.
Right.
But let me just tell you guys, very special. I've been a part of this company for a long time, for a few years now, and I've watched them grow, and I've watched them continue success. They're doing all their coffee blends. We still have a Bueller blend coming out.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. They've done exclusive bags of coffee for Scout Comics, for the Recount, for other comic books that you get like a digital copy of the book and stuff like that. And they're really cool covers and stuff. And if I have pictures, I'll show them to you right now. So they're working with publishers. That being said, like I said, this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about here. This is just placeholder for what comes next.
Right.
But anyway, they have now... they're gonna hate me.
I know.
They are now signed a very cool deal with something that may or may not be on the table here.
Exactly.
And pretty much that's all I can say. Let's just say that you guys will know more in the future.
Sorry to be vague.
Yeah. But it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
It's a huge, and to know these people behind this company, and to know their work ethic, and know where they came from to where they are now, to be a major player. My hat's off to them. I love them, and just to have my logo associated with them on their I'll put my logos on the top of their website. It's going to be moved down. I already accepted that the new logo is going to go up there, and mine might have to go down a little bit.
Down a little bit.
I said, not too far down. But I get it when you have to put a new logo up there for some reason or whatnot.
Right.
But it's just.
But not whatnot.
Yeah. But it's not whatnot. But it's just really cool. You got all sorts of choices that you can get. You can get DC, which stands for decaffeinated.
Decaffeinated.
Is that what DC stands for?
Most of the time.
Yeah, decaffeinated. Mm-hmm. So you can get DC caffeinated bags maybe sometime
Something
in
like
the future.
that.
I don't know. The caffeinated ones. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, very cool announcement. I love you guys. But seriously, it's awesome.
Deep
It's
caffeination.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. Sam would hate it. Sam would have hated it.
Sam would have hated it.
Sam would have hated it.
There it is, you guys.
But you know what? I'm very excited for them. They are just getting started, and it's just fantastic. So I think we handled that right.
I think so.
I don't think we crossed any lines there.
Not at all.
And you know what? There you go. I guess I can take this down since this segment's over. Not that has anything to do with it. But we'll just put that down there, and we'll put the Spawn one up there instead or something like that. Anyway, go to Comics on Coffee, enter the code Bueller. You save 15% on all your coffee needs, even DC or the caffeinated coffee. You can get it there. Why would you want to buy decaffeinated coffee? I don't know, but you might. You might. All right. Moving on. Okay, we're now to our random thoughts. Mm-hmm. And our random thoughts are brought to you by none other than our Patreon members. Thank you again, our Patreon members. And also, Comic Tom 101, the Mystery Mail Call, is now an official sponsor of the Bueller Bus. Yay. And guys, just look at it this way. Tom pays me money. Just think about that for a minute there, folks. Comic Tom pays Bueller money. Oh,
he's been waiting to say that for a while.
It's a good time. So welcome aboard, Comic Tom. Just look at it that way. Don't forget to get your mystery mail call.
Don't forget.
The cutoff's the midnight on the 15th. So there you go. So let's talk about some current things that are going on. Let's go ahead and start off with the movie that's not out yet, but it's coming. We got the new Thor, number 4. I think it's number 4.
Yep.
I've seen some trailers for it. Looks fun, like number 3 was.
Yeah.
And I like that. So.
Yeah, I love Taika Waititi. Anything he does, I've absolutely loved. The comedy of it can lend a little too far, and I'm concerned about this one because
the comedy was in the other one, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I loved it.
Well, and they killed half the Thor universe in that movie.
This is true. Gore the God Butcher to me is a little heavier than Hela, so we'll see how that plays out. But I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are throwing shade on the way Gore the God Butcher looks. He's not, comic accurate, but I'm so over trying to get 100% accurate out of these things. Yeah. It's not even funny. So yeah, I kind of expect it now. I'm not going to get 100% of what I want, but
I don't think a character like Gore the God Butcher, I don't think you have to be 100% accurate for a character that doesn't have as much history as some of these other ones. I mean, if you're going to do a Doctor Doom, he better look like freaking Doctor Doom.
Absolutely, okay? Absolutely.
But Gore the God Butcher, take some liberties. I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the thing that people were upset with is the fact that that's an easy makeup job to make him look like in the comics. It's not much, But Christian Bale, great actor.
Yeah. He'll kill it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And like I said, anything that Taika Waititi does, I just absolutely love.
Yeah.
And so can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely see it. It's only a couple weeks away.
Yep. Tickets go on sale Monday. I'm usually first in line. That's one of the ones I'll definitely be there.
All right, let's talk about another Marvel movie that came out already.
Okay.
And will be hitting the Disney streaming service, I think, on 20th. 20th?
Yep.
That's the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Which I have not seen, but you told me all about it.
Yep.
You spoiled it for me.
I did?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
You really enjoyed it. You got your little...
I did.
We're going to spoil it, by the way. It's been out like a month.
Spoilers.
But, like I've said this before, nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. Wanda is the villain.
Yeah.
Did I not say that during WandaVision?
You did.
She's the bad guy. No. She's just no. No, she's the villain.
Yeah.
Okay? She's still the villain.
And after I've seen the movie, right, I don't think that was the original plan. I think during the filming of WandaVision, they went with that idea and they reshot a bunch of stuff inside the movie.
They probably heard what I said.
They were listening to Bueller, and he should get credit and get some Marvel money.
You know how much crap I got about that? No, she's not. No.
I gave you crap. I was sitting right there. I know you did. And because from all intents and purposes, everything that we heard was Nightmare was supposed to be the villain.
Yeah.
Right? And we knew we were going to get Mordo, but in with this whole multiverse of madness, we knew that they were going to be opening up to so many different things, which is great. But in the end, I wasn't expecting them to lean so hard into her as the villain. The part of her being the villain that I was disappointed in is, I personally want to see her go completely, excuse my language, batshit and go, Avengers disassembled. But they're not going to go that.
She killed all the people?
Oh, well, on Earth, was it Earth Zero?
Oh, man.
But anyway, the Illuminati, that was amazing. I love that whole montage.
Snapping necks, cutting people in half.
That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
Shredding someone.
Yep.
So we got Mr. Fantastic.
We did.
We got the Jim from The Office. We got the Inhumans guy that was in that wonderful Inhumans TV show there.
I'm glad that they put him in the full mask. Anson Mount is a great actor.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed that show failed because I wanted him to win on that.
Well,
I really liked him.
He didn't say much in that. But anyway, you got Professor X.
It's great to see him again in the role.
Yeah.
But really, Haley, whatever her name is, playing Captain Carter, when she said, "I can do this all day," I cheered in my seat.
Anyway, it was good.
It was good.
I'm looking forward to watching it on streaming, so it's good. What about the other Miss Marvel? You watched episode 1 of that?
I did. Really enjoyed it.
She's in the Doctor Strange movie?
No, that's America Chavez is in the Doctor Strange movie.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of.
This is Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan. And so yeah, she's kind of she's Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
And America Chavez is more of she's a dimension hopper.
Okay.
And so same age, around the same age, two different characters. But the Ms. Marvel TV show. Now, I have not read the original comic that was written by G. Willow Wilson. For Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Where I first got introduced to Kamala Khan, just truth be told, was the Avengers video game.
Oh yeah,
And I loved playing that character.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
That first episode reminded me of the video game.
Right? And
at least the first part of it.
I think they captured the essence of the character. It may not have been the same as the comic book or the same as the video game, but in essence, we're getting who that character is. And so I enjoyed it immensely. I think, all of the different things that she's going through as a teenager with her family and her angst and then her love of superheroes and pop culture. I think it was just a lot of fun. I had so much fun. Tina and I both were just sitting there laughing, and I can't wait for the next episode.
I watched some of those. Okay. I might not be like watching the rest of them, but if I'm like bored, I might pop it on and give it a view.
Yeah.
The other Disney show, the Obi-Wan Kenobi one.
Yeah. Before we go on, the one thing that does bother me about the way they're doing that character is in the comic books, she gets her powers from the Terrigen Mist, like the Inhumans. Mm-hmm. And in this, it's some type of bangle that she puts on.
Yeah, where'd she get that bangle?
She has some from her grandmother in India, got sent to her.
Oh.
And so they're making it something like
a
cosmic thing.
Didn't the Shang-Chi guy, didn't he have a bangle?
Yeah, something like that.
Doesn't Doctor Strange have a bangle?
Something like that.
With the bangles.
The bangles.
Walk like the bangle.
Walk like it.
Cincinnati Bengals.
There it is. But it just, I don't understand why they have to go. I mean, look, I don't want the Eternals. Give me the Inhumans. I'd much rather have that. So
Banglers.
The Banglers. The Bunglers.
The uncanny Banglers.
There we go. Oh, my word.
Ex-Banglers.
The ex-Banglers.
Anyway, okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
We got 4 episodes of that.
Yep.
I really like it. I love seeing Darth Vader come and fight Obi-Wan Kenobi. And besides the fact that these, the timing doesn't line up.
Right.
As far as the ages were, because Obi-Wan Kenobi would have to age about 50 years to make him look like Star Wars New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
But yet, there's only 12 years away from Luke being an adult or whatnot, so... Or in the 60s, what was it, 16 when he was New Hope or whatnot?
I think he's just a little bit older than that.
Yes, because little Leia, they're the same age.
Yeah.
Leia's what, 5 or 6, 7?
Something like that.
Okay, so just a few years later.
Yeah, I mean,
so
if you look, did you ever watch Rebels?
No.
So you get Obi-Wan in Rebels in his final face off against Darth Maul. And he's already got the full-on gray and everything and that's just only 5 years after what we see in the Obi-Wan TV series. And so that kind of doesn't line up. And there's some things that they're playing with in canon that, I mean, I wasn't expecting them to have Leia go with him. That just doesn't really compute to me. Like, she's known him this whole time the way that she does. When the original Star Wars, when Vader sees him, he says, "When I last saw you, I was but a learner. Now I'm the master." Yeah. That type of thing plays out. I mean, you can play with that all you want. So there's different things that I'm having to turn a blind eye to as we go along with this. Look, when that lightsaber came out, when you see Vader and that lightsaber fires up, man, that gave me chills. Yeah. So great to see that. I love the Inquisitors. I think they're great characters. Throughout the whole Rebel series, I like them.
You like the third sister?
I don't.
What about the second sister?
Second, she's all right. It's just...
I just made that up.
Whatever.
Is there a second one?
All of them are in line with what I know of the Inquisitors to be, except for her. She doesn't fall into line with what I know traditionally. Most of them are kind of, they have a look about them.
Yeah.
She's just a regular person.
Have you been to Sisters Oregon?
Huh? Yes, I have. And
that's where the
look,
second sister
I
is.
love that actress. I think she's great.
Yeah.
I don't buy that character. And so I have a problem with that. Her ambition and how far they've let her go.
Yeah.
I think she would have been cut down a long time ago.
Yeah.
And there's something that they're doing with the Inquisitor. I don't think he's really dead. I think they're going to pull from the comic book canon, which I'm really happy about if that does play out. So we'll see how that comes about. So there's some parts of it that I'm, having to turn, a blind eye to. But I'm happy to get Ewan McGregor. I'm happy to get some more Vader. I'm just really tentative with this one.
Yeah.
Like The Mandalorian, I am like so on board. I love every second of it. This one, I'm kind of like tentative with it. There's something about that I'm tentative with.
I think this might be my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, I just like seeing the Vader thing and the Obi-Wan. And it's obviously characters that we know more of. Because they're major characters, I mean, the Mandalorian, new character, okay? The Boba Fett series, not a new character, but we all know in the movie-wise, he was only on screen for just a few minutes.
45.
Yeah, so I mean, these are two major characters. Obi-Wan's a major character, top 3 or 4,
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see them doing stuff with them. So I enjoyed it. So let's hit a couple more real quick.
Sure.
Jurassic Park, new one coming out. I'm looking forward to it. I love the new Kingdom ones and stuff. And this has all the cast coming back. So came out today, I think.
I'm looking forward to it, but I don't think I'm going to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'll probably wait.
A little scared?
I'll probably wait for it to come out on streaming.
A little scared?
No, I'm not scared.
I mean, you get a little jumpy.
Yeah. It's more about the guy snoring behind me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But I usually look at reviews the next day because I want a movie to be successful, and I like that franchise. And I was very disappointed to see that out of the whole franchise, this has gotten the worst critic score out of all of them. And that's I mean, I'm still going to see it because I love that cast and I love the franchise. But I'm wondering what happened with that movie that they're giving it such a bad rating.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
We'll
I'll
have to
probably see
see
it this week.
Cool.
One last thing real quick, because I know it's been out for a while, but we really didn't hit on it. Did you like the new Batman movie?
Oh man, yes, absolutely loved it. I've seen that. There's not very many movies I watch like over and over again. I went and saw it 3 times in the theater. And
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But a couple of that was because I got to see it with my son, and that's like a thing between us. And then, but since it's come out on streaming, I've watched it 3 different times. Okay. I don't know why this one has some things inside of it that are compelling to me. But I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I'm digging it. I mean, I
fell asleep.
Did you really?
I hated it.
Really?
I watched it at my daughter's house. Mm-hmm. Me and her boyfriend watched it. I fell asleep.
Interesting.
And I didn't want to go
was
back.
I
didn't even want to go back and watch it when I fell asleep on it.
Was it too slow of a pace for you?
I just didn't like it in general. I mean, I didn't like any of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't appeal to me at all. And just
you don't like Colin Farrell as the Penguin?
No.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought he was so good as the Penguin.
Very,
man.
very unforgettable, and just it's like good. I just got done with this 3 hours.
I'm sorry, bro.
So, anyway, that's too bad. I didn't want it to be like that. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's our random thoughts.
I'm enjoying our conversation,
there
bro.
You go. Patreon and then the money from Comic Time. Pays me.
That is so awesome.
So let's do our news segment. Mm-hmm. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna try and do it like my dad does. It. How you doing? Hello, Dad. They're watching. They're watching. They watch all the videos.
Very cool.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. This coming Sunday, I'll see you here pretty quickly. So this is brought to you by Whatnot, obviously a sponsor of the channel and stuff like that. You can go to Whatnot. You don't enter any Bueller code. Just go there and do whatever you have to do. I don't know. It's on the bus. Look at the bus. There
Look at the bus.
Look at the bus. Look at the bus. There you go. You're good. But really, this is just for us to get caught up with each other. Just kind of talk about what we've been doing, what's going on now, and what we got plans in the future. So, Bob, let me just ask you, what have you been doing the last couple months?
Man, it's been a roller coaster ride.
Because people haven't seen you, buddy. You know,
I know,
they've been watching me.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go into too much detail if you don't want to share and stuff like that. But if you want to, you know, you got fans out there that are really looking forward to this video.
Yeah.
And they've been missing you, and I missed you a little bit.
A little bit.
But what's been going on, man?
So a bunch of things. Number one, you know, we've been getting the house ready so that we can, you know, actually buy it.
Which we're in right now, by the way. I don't know if they realize we're actually in my old house, his new house.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And as of the filming of this video, just this morning, the escrow company got a hold of us. We have an appointment to go in on Monday to sign the loan paperwork.
Nice.
So once that happens, it should happen pretty quickly, and then we will finally have our new home. Nice. And just to let you guys know the reason why it's taken so long. I stopped doing videos because of the process and everything that we were going through. Only because you know, when you buy a house, especially when it comes to financing, there's a home inspection that happens. Yeah. And there were some things that the house needed that would have failed inspection. So it required us to get some of these things repaired before we could actually buy the house. Yeah. And so it just, circumstances came down the way that it was. So I worked with Bueller's sister and his mom, and you know, we've been working you know, to get the house into the shape that it needs to be. It looks beautiful. The backyard is amazing. I can't wait can't wait to hang out in that backyard. And so we're really excited. And you guys probably don't know this about me, but my wife and I have been married for this year will be 11 years.
Yeah, Mrs. Bueller.
Mrs. There it is. But during the whole 11 years, we only have had our own place about 6 months out of that. And even that was a ministry opportunity. Where we were living in an apartment building that we were ministering to other residents that were there. Other than that, we've been living in my father-in-law's house and doing some caretaking for him since he has early onset dementia. And so it's been this long road where we haven't had like our own place. This could be the first time where we've had our own place, and we're just so excited for it. So that's been going on, and then in the midst of it, sad to say, just because of work and all the things that have been going on, I've been under a lot of stress, and because of that stress, I've had a lot of health issues that have come up.
Knock it off.
I know.
That's what I tell him. Listen, I just tell him, knock it off. Stop it.
I actually have gone to the hospital twice, and once was admitted for a couple of days. And
you're lucky I wasn't here. I came here and got you. Get the hell out of there.
Get out of there. There you go. But I just need to take care of myself. Be very careful. I've made some changes in the last month. I'm on a slow weight loss program right now. You know, like before, when I had lost weight, I had lost it very rapidly. Over the last month, I've lost a total of 15 pounds. Like this morning was the first time I've been under 320 pounds in almost a year. And so I'm very happy about that, and we'll continue that journey very slowly, get some of this weight off, and but one of my issues is diverticulitis. And so we're trying to get that under control. But look, there's a lot of things coming up in the future that we're really excited about. Once we move into the house and I get the new Bob Cave set up, I got great plans for the channel. I'm going to be doing my coloring. I'm going to be doing Kung Fu movie reviews, and then I'll get back to doing, you know, my normal comic reviews, and then interacting with, you know, the comic community and hanging out with you guys.
And we can do more stuff together.
Absolutely. And I would love, you know, once things get settled, to be able to maybe do a remote coffee show with you. I'd love to do that. But in the meantime, that's kind of where I've been at. And I needed to kind of put things on the back burner because I just had too much going on at once. And but I've missed you guys, and it's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
He's here to stay.
But I've been living vicariously through watching your videos and you know, getting messages from you and texts, and been loving every minute of your journey. And you know, every time you post, you know, live your best life. And I've been loving watching you live your best life, because you're living the dream, buddy. And so, tell us what's been going on with you, man.
Well, as you guys know, I've since got rid of the house that Bob is now overtaking, I guess is what you want to call it. And I'm just really happy about that. And the original plans for the house kind of fell through, but we scrambled, and it took a little bit longer, but the end result is going to be the same.
Yep.
And so Bob is going to have the house. So I'm glad that is the case, and it didn't go a different direction, because it could have really easily gone a different direction. Anyway, as far as what I've been doing, as you guys know, I've been just traveling. I had this first trip was great. It was a learning experience as well on what to expect as I continue my travels. Mm-hmm. I pretty much went from here to the other end of the country, the furthest away you can get, to Florida, and to Tampa Bay, Florida, to Portland, Oregon. Mm-hmm. Washington is only a state further away.
Sure.
And we're right next to Washington, so it was great. Meeting everybody. That's the highlight of the show, or of the whole journey. Just meeting David Posner, meeting Logan Lumpkin.
Logan, gosh.
Just moments like that are just tremendous. Meeting Robbie, meeting Jim Mint. I like those guys. Don't get me wrong, but really, I've seen Jim Mint. I've seen Robbie. I've interacted with him. We've done stuff together. Mm-hmm. I've never done stuff with Logan before.
Right.
So that was the first. So that meant the world to me. Meeting him and David and people like that. So love doing that. Love just meeting people in general, and just getting to know people who took their time out of their day to get to know me, and that's awesome. And seeing these wonderful places. We live in a beautiful country.
Yeah. And
just going, Utah or Kansas, and just seeing how beautiful our country really is. And really, I was talking to my stepmom last night, and my dad, and they're like, oh, there's the things on the news right now for the January 6th thing that happened earlier in the year. I go, I don't watch any of that stuff anymore. I've turned myself off. I have my views and my opinions and stuff like that, but really, it's not about that anymore to me. It's about just literally living your best life.
Yeah. And
just enjoying every day. When I wake up, what's on today's schedule? What are we going to do today? Who are we going to meet? Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Not what's on the news. And it's freeing.
Yeah.
It really is, and depending on, it doesn't matter what your views are. This doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just the matter, it's a freeing not to have your life evolve around that. And it doesn't anymore. And I feel good about it. And just going to these places in Florida, even though it's freaking hot down there and sweating my butt off all the time. And but just seeing these beautiful places I never knew existed, and having that freedom, and even breaking down, even though that was an inconvenience, it gave me an opportunity to, okay, what to do next time, and stuff like that. So it was just a learning experience. And then so I was gone about 2.5 months, and a lot of gas, a lot of driving.
I bet.
It is what it is. We're all in the same boat on this, so that's why that Calmer Tom money works out so well.
Love it.
But and the others also, but it's just awesome. And I'll be honest, there's been times I've come over a mountaintop and looked down over this valley, and there's nothing down there, and there's no cars. It's just this beautiful valley. It just brings a tear to my eye, and I'm like, God, this is just amazing, and I can't believe I get to do this. A lot of times in the desert, when you do that, you go over these valleys, you see these things, and just like, take a deep breath. It's like, I get to do this, and I get to do that because of these people watching.
Right.
And I've tried to explain that to people. I get to do this because of them.
Right.
Because of you guys, I get to live my dream.
Right.
And something I've always wanted to do. And it's amazing. I'm beyond. It's just getting started.
Yeah.
And my next trip, as far as what I'm doing right now in the present, I'm just kind of hanging out in Oregon for a few weeks. I got my family reunion the first week of July. I'm looking forward to seeing all my family. I got a Comic-Con next weekend. I'll be out in Washington State. Looking forward to that. And then after the reunion, I'm taking off towards the East Coast. I'm going to go up through Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, Chicago, New York. Looking for it because it's not as hot up there right now.
Right.
That's pretty much what I'm doing. C2E2, all those places. And I think I've learned what I'm going to do is do these 2 or 3 month trips and then come back to my home base here for a few weeks.
Refresh yourself.
Fix what needs to be fixed, get the oil changed, all the stuff I need to get done, hang out with family, hang out with you, make a coffee video every few months.
Sounds good.
And then hit the road again and plan out the trip a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But it's just, I don't know where to, it's just awesome. It just really is. And I'm humbled by it, that I get to do this. I mean, I went to St. Louis and I saw the arch. And I felt like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights when he gets to drive the race car for the first time. This is the best day of my life! I'm like, this is awesome! I can't believe I'm doing this,
Yeah.
And there's just been so many moments like that, and I made the right choice.
You did.
And you guys helped me with it, so...
It's one of those things, and this is one of those things that's a lesson in life, you guys, is when you hear people talk and you hear the verbiage coming out of somebody's mouth, I get to. That's a very important phrase, because most people, when they talk about their work and what they do, it's I have to.
Yeah.
When you hear somebody talking about those things in terms of I get to, this is something that now has transcended into this is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
It's a privilege. This is a gift, and I am appreciating it.
Yeah.
And you are in a position to be able to have those moments where I get to do this.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that is beautiful to me as I'm watching it happen, is these moments. I'm watching the wonder of what you're going through. I'm seeing it through your eyes, and I get to, in a little sense, get to experience that with you, and I just absolutely love it. And I've been cheering for you the whole time.
Well, thank you, sir.
It's awesome, man. I mean, this is, not many people get to do this. Yeah. And so, I mean, if you get a chance in your lifetime, no matter what you're doing, it doesn't have to be, going on the road and going on a trip and do that. But if you get a chance to be able to get into your work and get to a place where you say to yourself, I get to do this. Yeah. That's the place where you want to be.
Yeah.
That's the place where you want to be. And so, good on you, sir.
I appreciate it, man. I want to tell everyone, if you're not watching my Instagram, I update that more often because it's easier and to know where I am. And if you're around where I'm going, come see me or let me know. And I do my best to try to respond. But I do miss stuff. I'm not the best. Bob knows this. I'm not the best at the social media managing that part. But if I am in your area, and if you're hesitant about hanging out with me or whatnot, don't be.
Yeah.
Just send me a message, man, and I'll come to your comic shop when you hang out. And that's my favorite part, like I said, just to hang out and talk to you guys. And there's a movie called Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
Yep.
To where he has to say yes to everything.
To everything.
I've adopted that, not to where people can take advantage of me. There's a difference. But if an opportunity arises, I will say yes to it. I don't care what it is. Whether it's singing karaoke with Robbie, whether it's swimming in the ocean in Tampa, or anything, I will say yes to it right now. I want to experience as much as I possibly can. Whether I fail or succeed, it doesn't matter. I just want to do it. So as long as you're not taking advantage of me, or I can get killed, I'm going to do it,
That's
We're going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what happens.
That's awesome.
So, it's paid off, so...
There's a book by this guy named Bob Goff. It's called Love Does, and he adopted that same philosophy, and it transformed his whole life.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing in motion.
Yeah,
it's awesome stuff.
Feels good. Yeah, I don't say no a lot. I say, hello, ladies. How you doing in the swimming hole?
Want to give me $1,000?
Sure. Can I pay you $1 a month for the next 1,000 months?
Sure.
Perfect. See how I said yes to that? It's as easy as that. You just don't let them take advantage of me.
There we go.
There you
Got
go.
me $1,000 though.
Anyway, but that's our "How you doing" segment.
How you doing?
How you guys doing? How's everyone doing? You guys having fun? The episode 151.
151.
Special just for you guys is what this is. It's long. I don't care. You guys get what you get.
Get what you get.
And I'm sure you guys missed it, so I didn't care if this goes 2 hours and stuff like that. But anyway, this has been a lot of fun. sharing everything. I think we got everything. Are we missing anything?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm just glad that we've been able to get together and do this again.
It was fun. It was
absolutely fun. Missed you guys.
And if we get the opportunity to do it again before I leave, I think we'll take advantage of it, and we'll come up with something. I think we might be able to squeak one more out.
Yeah.
And or something.
I'm on board if we can.
But it's so nice being back here and seeing you and seeing the boys, Damien and John, and just hanging out and stuff like that. And we're still missing our buddy Sam.
Yeah.
And he's with me on the trip. He's got his sticker on the back, and every day I lay my hand on it and stuff. So he's with me.
That's awesome, bro.
Anyway, I think that's it. This has been a good show. And Bob, do you know what to do next?
If I can remember
Let's see if you got this.
Oh my gosh, how does it go? Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time. Bye.
And don't forget to live your best life.
There you go.
Bye.
Boom.